Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. It has been a while. It certainly has been. I'm doing my usual sound check at the start of the stream. Oh, it seems pretty high, huh? Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm gonna lower the sound. Well, actually, wait. I'm gonna lower it on my computer, I guess. This way it's gonna be lower for me too. Again, just adjusting the volume, just making sure the sound is correct for you and I before we start. Yeah, I think the sound is okay now. I'm gonna keep monitoring it on my phone. I hope you can't hear it. So what are we gonna be doing today? So if you haven't seen my video that I just posted like an hour ago, I finished the project for the keyboard, at least for version 1. Yeah, I think the sound is just fine. So yeah, okay. I had a project going on for years on this channel that it's just I really wanted to focus on one project only, so I kind of when I was not motivated enough to work on that project, I would just do nothing for the channel. But I've had this idea for a while. Yeah, the sound is kind of high. Like my sound. Maybe if I make the mic just go away a little bit. Sorry, just like that. Yeah, I think it's not as bad now. Yeah. So basically, there was this project, which was the main project for the channel for a while, which was the project for the custom keyboard, like ergonomic split keyboard that I did all by myself, like literally everything about that keyboard. I mean, I did not literally build the switches and the wires myself, but I did solder them together and whatnot. So it was a pretty in-depth project, I would say. And yeah, it was a pretty in-depth project. So now, my goal is, now that this project is finished, my goal is to do a bunch of software-only projects, right? Because the hardware part is the hardest part for me. And that's what was really difficult for motivation for me in the previous project. So now, today, is the first software-only project that we're going to be doing on this channel. Yeah. Sorry, I was just checking my second screen where I'm looking at the stream and making sure everything's okay. So this project is the first software-only project we've done in a while, and we're going back to our roots, making a game. In fact, it's kind of a redo of something that we did a little while ago. So if I show my screen, and myself, hello, my little face. By the way, this box under my face, for those who have not tuned in for a stream, since it's been a really long time since I streamed, it's actually the box for the comment. Yeah. So I think if I write a comment, for example, if I write hello one, so if I write this, can you see it? Oh, kind of. It's a little bit cut off. Maybe if I yeah, I think that's better like that. Like this. Okay. So yeah, so you can see the chat in there. So if you guys write some chat messages, you're going to be able to see them. So today what we're going to do is a project very similar to what we did before, which is taking a game that already exists. Previously it was the Suika game, which was popular especially for streamers for a little while. We're going to take the Tetris game this time, which is somewhat similar to the Suika game in terms of, you know, having objects that fall and trying to well, in the case of Suika game, fuse them together to eventually destroy them. Or in the case of Tetris, well, it's going to be just make lines with them. And then when you complete lines, you know, you just destroy the blocks like that. And you keep going, trying to get a high score. Very similar to Suika game. So, because it's a game that's going to be very similar to something I've done before, my actual goal is not just to do the Tetris game. I'm going to do a very simple Tetris game. And then the actual goal is going to be to improve, to, let's say, to add mechanics and add ideas on top of the Tetris game to make it more special. Especially, like, to me, it's going to be kind of like a prototype for maybe a more complete game that I might want to do eventually. If it turns out to be, like, incredible to play, maybe I'm just going to keep going and try to do a real game out of it. Which would be, you know, there's, like, this tendency or this, like, a trend, I guess, in the industry, especially the indie games industry, to take a simple game that everybody knows and maybe loves, you know, like Tetris in this case, and turn it into some kind of like roguelike, right? With like mechanics, combos, and whatnot, and just a bunch of stuff that can go nuclear if you build your run correctly, right? So the actual idea is to build some kind of like Tetris roguelike, all right? So that's the real idea that I'm trying to prototype here, but I really just need to have a functional basis, which is just Tetris. So we're going to start with that. Of course, the Tetris Foundation, I think. Basically, there's a bunch of mechanics about Tetris that are copyrighted. So there's a bunch of stuff. Like, at first, we're really going to do Tetris. But then I'm going to try to change, like, the size of the board, for example, and stuff like that, just to be able to differentiate myself enough from the original Tetris game. Okay, that being said, I have here in front of me Godot 4.6, which is 4.6.1, I think, which is the most recent version. As you can see, these games here are all in 4.1, which is the old version that I had downloaded. I still have it on my computer in case I can't open the Suika clone correctly in this version, because I am going to be referring to that if I need some pointers or some reminders, because it's been such a long time since I've used Godot. I have not touched Godot anymore after I made the Suika clone. I mean, after the streams, I did, add sounds to the game and whatnot, but, you know, still, it was a long time ago. 2024, pretty much. So, almost, well, the end. So, you know, let's say like a year and a half, maybe, since last time I used Godot. So it's been a while. It's been a while. And it's not like I did many projects in it either. So let's just create a project. I have in my second monitor also the documentation open. So like this page right here. Maybe I can put it in this screen so you guys can be able to see when I check out the resources and whatnot. I'm going to try as much as possible, as I've always done on this channel, not to... Well, to only use resources like official documentation and like myself and trial and error. Okay, I'm really trying to learn the old way. I'm saying that right now because I know in the industry, even at my work, it's like a big thing to start more and more to use AI to accelerate the production of code. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not going to be making any visual assets using that. I'm not going to be writing any code using that. Even at work, the most AI that I use at all is kind of like Google, because partially because of AI, but also because of ads and whatnot. I feel like Google search has become way less good for the past like 10 years. So nowadays, it's almost like if you want the quality that we used to have with Google, that pretty much was there, now you have to ask an AI for your query or whatever, for your question. Kind of annoying, but I think it's a reasonable use of AI if it's just asking like Google question type of thing. I'm not going to be copy paste any like full code file or anything like that. Maybe a snippet just to ask for a bug or something, but Again, I really am going to try not to use any AI at all, okay? And I mean, I actually have never used AI outside of work when programming, so I don't think it's going to be too hard, especially because the Godot docs is really, really good. I love Godot. It's a great project. Okay. That being said, so we're not going to be calling it the Tetris clone. I don't think so. Or maybe we will, and actually I'm just going to make like I'm going to duplicate the project or something, changing the name. Yeah, okay, I think so. So let's just start with Tetris clone, kind of like the Suica clone. Renderer. Okay, compatibility supports desktop, mobile plus, web platforms. Oh, web is good because I want to put it on itch.io at the end. Least advanced 3D graphics. I'm not going to be using 3D, I don't think so. And for low-end or older devices, that's great. OpenGL3 for backend, that's great. Fastest rendering of simple scenes, that's good. Mobile is desktop plus mobile, but not web. I don't like that. And forward plus is supports desktop platforms only. Yeah, I'm just gonna go compatibility. Am I gonna be using Git? Yeah, probably actually. Yeah. Yeah, I did now. Okay, cool. Let's get right down to it. Honestly, I'm here and I'm like, I don't remember anything at all, man. I really don't remember anything. And I haven't used like a game engine at all for a while. Okay. Yeah, okay. I say I don't know how to do anything, but actually I kind of know how to do a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of intuitive. Okay, so I know how to move that. It's in 3D. Why is it in 3D? Was it always in 3D? I think I want a 2D scene, right? As a root node? Yeah, it's going to be 2D scene. Yeah, that's much better now. Okay, that's good. Node 2D. That's cool. I can call it scene. Nah, I don't care. Oh, right. A scene is something that you can save and... Yeah. I don't really remember. Man, maybe I should have watched the tutorial. Like, again. Just the classic tutorial. Where to start. Yeah, it's too long. I'm not going to do that. If I really need anything, You know what? Let's try to do that. Let's try to just open the Suica clone. Oh, I did back it up, but let's back it up again. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's try to see if the project still works. So, okay, that's very zoomed in. For the code, okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah, so main scene, which is... it's just a big round thing, so I guess it's a node 2D just like I have here. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna call it main scene again. Right? And then a couple of elements. What if I just start? Does it work? Yeah, it kind of goes outside of the thing. Sorry, you guys can really not see at all what I'm doing. But this is fine. I'm just gonna play a little bit just to make sure that everything works. Okay, fusing things work. Yeah. I swear, guys, I'm not addicted. I swear. But it's a pretty fun game, though. Like, I'm really proud of that one. Even though I did not make the game design, okay? I just took the game design that already existed. But I'm not pretending I made the game, right? I'm calling it a clone, literally. Okay. So we get it. It works. Can I die? Now that's the next question. I'm really just spamming, guys. I'm really just spamming. Okay. Any moment now. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. It's already getting kind of close to dinner time. I did start very late. It took me more time than I thought to make the previous video. The end of project video for the previous project. And also, I had stuff to do at home as well. But yeah. I wanted to start way earlier than that. I wanted to have like a full 3 days this weekend to do this project. But, you know, I got an important call tomorrow morning as well. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I lost. Good. And then good. Okay, everything works, actually. So, nothing's broken. It's great. So I can just... What? Queue free? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to fix the bugs, if there's any. The idea is just, you know, a bunch of scripts here, which is cool. And are the scripts nodes? Like a fruit. Does it have a script? Oh yeah, it does have a script, so you can add stuff, I guess. Oh, it's a scene, right? Oh, that's the thing. Okay, yeah, that's why it's like a little planet or something. It's a scene, and that scene has... Yeah, it has this, it has this. Where's the script, though? Is it the scene script? Yeah? Script empty here. Okay, yeah. And script empty as well. Oh, but on the fruit, the script is not empty. Okay, so you can just add a script to stuff, right? So, for example, if I... Oh, the game is still there. Stop. Stop. How do I stop playing? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to stop playing. Okay. I guess it was just like its own window. And I guess I did not add an exit button to the game. So yeah, I'm just trying to see how I add scripts to stuff, because that's really, really important. Yeah, okay, a bunch of warnings and whatnot. But yeah, I can just add stuff. So if I go in my scene here, oh yeah, okay, anything already has the property script. Or at least like a 2D node, just a classic 2D node. It has a transform, it has like visibility and like a bunch of stuff and whatnot, and it has a script. So I guess the scene manager or something like the game manager would go here. And yeah. How did I structure my main scene in... So yeah, all of that is very good, but yeah, main scene. Yeah, okay. Okay. So in my main scene here, there's a background. Sure. There's a bunch of walls. Okay, that's how I added collisions. I see. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing it like that. I'm not going to use physics in the Tetris game. I'm really going to just handle everything in logic, right? Like the blocks moving, like tick, 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 tick with ticks. I'm just going to make them move, like teleport them if I can. And it's all going to be visual, and I'm going to check if they can spin and whatnot. Like it's going to be more complex for sure, but not that much. Flip sound goes on the score box and whatnot. What goes here? Jar, next box. Okay. Well, all right. That's good. I did add the thing. I do have... Oh, it's in the next box. No. Next and then fruit. Okay, I see. Jar. Oh, it's a sprite. Okay, that's where you see the name. It's a sprite 2D, I see. Which is also a child of Node 2D, I think, in terms of like actual OOP inheritance. So, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. How do I want to do things? One of the big questions that I have in terms of how I want to implement Tetris is, do I want like squares to be individually allocated, or just like, you know, one entity being a square and whatnot? Or do I want like actual pieces to be entities? I think as they are falling, and especially as you can control them and rotate them, I think it's much better to have like to have like a type being your falling block. Yeah, I guess so. And the falling block would know like its position and where its other things are. So one thing that I'm wondering, yeah, let me just open paint.net. I like to do little schematics, okay? So here, you know, I have like the Tetris field, okay? So it's basically a bunch of squares, right? Like that or something. But I'm going to keep it like that. When you have a piece that falls, let's say this, okay? Like this. How do you know which square is the pivot? Like maybe it's this one. So when you rotate, for example, it, you know, it keeps that one there. And like, you know, this one goes here, this one goes there, and this one goes there, right? So you have like this shape instead or something. Because if you rotate around that one, for example, then this one would go here, and this one would go like there, and this one would go there. You know, it's important to know where your pivot is on your piece. That's the most complicated and subjective, I guess, idea that I have. Not idea that I have, but like element of the game. And that's the least clear thing. Because if it wasn't for the pivot, if the pivot was like super consistent, or I don't know, like I would simply, I don't know if I would make an entity out of the falling block. Because I thought about it, and like maybe you can calculate the pivot using the other ones. Like maybe for every single point here, you can calculate the middle point using like some kind of formula for that you calculate for each. So the classic example of that would be like how many, or like the weighted distance of every block to that block. So that one, you know, there's like a lot of distance for the three other ones. This one has a small distance here, and not that big distance here, right? This one, small distance here, pretty big distance here. And this one, you know, it's like one of the biggest total distances. So I assume that using some kind of formula like that, that tries to find which block is the, like the, how do you say that? The equilibrium point or something. Like it would find this block right here. But I don't know how Tetris actually does it. Maybe in Tetris, it's actually the corner. I don't really care about that. I think that I like the idea of having a formula that calculates it. Why am I speaking like that? Why don't I just hard code it? It's much simpler, right? It's an easy game. You just have a couple of pieces. I think 7 different pieces in Tetris. So the reason is actually one of the ideas that I have to expand the game is that you could add cubes to your structures to your pieces, right? So if I have this right here, Now all of a sudden I have to recalculate the pivot. Because if I don't, or better example yet, if I say, oh, it's just around the corner, it's pretty much the middle and whatnot. Yeah, okay. But what happens once I add blocks here and whatnot? Like the middle is obviously closer to one of these. That's why I'm thinking I want to, at least maybe when you, well, maybe not when you spawn it, but maybe when you're in between levels and choosing to add like a cube here or like a cube here or something, it could recalculate your pivot. That's what I'm thinking. And ideally, I would like for the, I would like to be able to, like a bar here, okay? Let's say the long bar. How do you know if this one or this one is the pivot? Because they obviously are as close to the others, you know, it's one of these two, but you don't know which one. The idea is maybe like the order in which I'm doing them is always like, you know, maybe I calculate this one, then this one, then this. Better yet, I'm calculating this one. I'm keeping track of the number, the weighted number. And I say, oh, you're the best one yet. Then I'm calculating this one and I'm saying, oh, you're the best one yet. Then I'm calculating this one and I see it's the same. So I don't, because it's not better, I don't add to it. So if I say that the possibility of building for a Tetris block is like 4x4, for example, right? So like the long bar is like this or something. Well, then maybe I calculate like this. Boom, 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 like that. Each of them. So if I always follow that procedure, I'm always guaranteed that with this configuration, it's this one which is going to be the middle one. And the reason why it's important is because if you start with like 3 long bars in your bag, and yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like you have a limited amount of pieces in your bag and you're just trying to do a high score every time and you have a score to beat, kind of like Luck Be a Landlord where you're playing roulette and you need a higher score every turn. There's also like a lucky dice thing, whatever. There's just a bunch of games like that, right? Kind of the roguelike formula where you're just trying to get a high score, but then like the high score gets bigger, like Balatro too, right? Like the score just gets bigger and bigger as the game goes by exponentially, and you need to just have better combos and whatnot. So that's the idea. You could get more pieces, you could get your pieces to be bigger, you could have like special squares that have like special interactions. Kind of like one idea that I have is like you have like a little drill or something, and the drill destroys like whatever it's falling onto. So if you have like, let's say you just have a 1 block with like a drill and it's falling on another block and that block has like a diamond or something, then you're gonna be rich. Gonna give you a big score. You know, those kinds of ideas. Whoop! My webcam fell. Oh, okay, it's not very well positioned. Yep. Whoa. Okay, I think it's gonna have to be like that. It's gonna cut off the top of my head, but I can't really do better than that, guys. Because, yeah, I tried to put it higher, but it's in a precarious position when I do that. And, yeah, shaking the table a little too much made it fall. Like this? Is it better centered? What? Just like this? Yeah, something like that? Something like that. Okay. Sorry for that. So yeah, I'm gonna be making Tetris, but I'm gonna be programming it in a way where it's easy to expand because I really want to expand it. Okay. Yeah, like this. Okay? That's the idea. So, how do I start? I mean, the borders of the board, like these, they're gonna be determined, well, by myself, but I could literally just decide when I try to move a piece to say, no, you can't. Right? I could just consider that it can't move there. So that's, I don't need to like add walls or anything like that, or I don't, honestly, apart from having like a background graphic or of some kind just to know how big it is, I don't really need anything, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't really need that. So I don't know which part. Yeah, I don't know. How about just a falling square? So I need a square. I want something that's like 100 by 100. This is going to be my Tetris square. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's my Tetris square, guys, okay? That's the base texture in my game. Oh man. Okay, sure. Can I open like an asset thing? Yeah, in file manager, please. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, where did I put the things for the other one? There's the build, yeah, but then everything's in the same. Yeah, it's not very well organized. So I'm going to be doing here a quick folder, which I'm going to be calling rights. And I'm just going to be putting it inside of that. So here, there, and here if I go save as, boom. There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to call it square. Save. That's good. Okay, that's a beautiful square. That's amazing. Now I'm probably gonna want to create a new scene. So here, save. All right. New folder, scenes. So yeah, main scene, that's fine. And in that folder, I'm also gonna do a new scene. And that new scene is gonna be 2D scene and it's gonna be called. I'm gonna save it. And I'm gonna call it, I don't know, piece. What? Piece. Dot scene. Okay. Piece. And that piece. Okay. Again, I'm gonna see how I did the fruit for the other one. Ah, come on. Collision shape, I don't need that. Sprite 2D. Okay, I guess it just contains the sprite 2D and that's pretty much it. Well, it's also gonna have a script, so, you know, that's one thing. But yeah, I'm gonna do plus with a sprite 2D. Yeah. And that sprite is gonna be very simple. It's gonna be the icon. No, it's not gonna be icon. It's gonna be square. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to redo it. Because I want to start like this. That's important. Something like that. And here I want to like... No. This layer. I don't understand how this layer is affected by the other one. I wanted PNG. Yeah. Button. Okay. If I go here. Whoa, look, that's so beautiful. Even though it's... Yeah, I mean... Okay, let's say it's good enough for now. It's super ugly. Okay. And I want it to be able to fall. Oh, I want to be able to spawn it as well, right? Okay, but mostly I want it to be able to fall. And I want it to be able to be turned. But, you know, yeah. So a new script. No, not in scenes. It's gonna be in scripts. Well, okay, never mind. New folder. Scripts. Create new script. And it's gonna be piece.gd. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay. Right, so you have that script. That piece script. Yeah. Okay, so you now have a script and a physical appearance. So yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna fall the entire length of your size every second or something. I would prefer if it was slow at first. So now in script, ready. Okay, so called when the node enters the scene. Okay, called every frame. Delta is the elapsed time since the previous frame. Okay, so I I'm going to check my previous things. Okay, everything is a var. Stuff and here. Okay. So it's dynamic typing. You don't specify blah blah blah. Okay, I see. So something like var previous fall time or something. Okay, let's use that nomenclature, and it's gonna be yeah, 0f or something. Float. What's the problem? Oh, you don't like that notation? All right, that's fine. And here, instead of pass, I'm gonna do something. So I'm gonna say if right. Something like that, okay? If it's greater or equal to 1.0, like this. Okay. Oh, those are not comments. Those are comments. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's already pretty good. So, how do I make this fall? And I would like it to depend on the size. Oh, I'm too used to write in C, so I don't have to put the semicolons. And my if's not okay? Okay, how did I write ifs previously in my previous project? Oh, I don't need parentheses. I see. Okay. So like this. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, for now, let's just say that I make it change only for a small amount. Like, I'm gonna eventually calculate to make sure that it's the same size as as one block that falls. But for now, since I don't know, let's just say, okay, so in the main scene, for example, okay, let's say first off, I add a piece to the main scene. Whoop. Okay, let's do, if I do plus, oh, I can do piece right here. Can I? No? Do I just have to add like this? Oh, it works. So just to make sure, in the transform, okay? If I say the Y position is, let's say, -1. Okay, it goes, let's say -100. It goes upwards. So it has to be +100 if I want it to go downwards. Yeah. Okay, so let's say we do that. In the script, perp. So you do. And that's where I check how I... set linear, no, I don't want to set the velocity. I want to... Perp, perp, perp. Change the transform. Is there like a this? Perp, perp, perp. Okay, wait. Let's see the documentation. If I say... Oh, okay. Node 2D. Yeah, node 2D. It has a transform. Transform 2D, actually. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, how do I... Oh, get relative transform to parent. Okay, wait, that might be it. Because I want to make sure that I get the transform and then I change it. Okay, let's try. Fruit here. I'm gonna unzoom a little bit. It's been so long. Wait, there's a function called set linear velocity, right? Clearly, whoops. Is it not part of node 2D? Maybe it's just part of node. How about just node? What is it part of? That linear velocity. Oh, okay. Oh, it's because it was a physics object. Okay, I see. No, but in this case, I don't want to use physics. So, with properties and methods. Okay. Too global, too local. Okay. Oh, translate. That's probably what I want, actually. So I can probably just call translate. Okay, let's try this. What, wrong one? No, it was the right one. Okay, so let's say I call translate. And I do, that's x, so 0.0. And then something like 100.0 or something? No? Not found translate is not found in base self. Oh, is it because I said that the base for this was a node, extends node 2D? Okay, thanks, Jack. I'll try that. Oh yeah, global position. Thought. Alright. Well, 100. Let's start with this. Okay, nice. So now let's check. Okay, no, yeah, that's still confusing to me. Okay. So if I start, no main scene has been defined. Oh. No, so the one that I want is this one. Yeah, select current. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay. I did not update the delta time. Nice. And in any case, well, let's just add the delta first, actually. So here, boom, plus equal delta. Okay. We should see a little bit more of an effect here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's a start. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's stop this. So now, I think I'm gonna want to start by making sure that no matter how much I scale this one, the size by which it falls is always the right one. So technically the sprite here probably depends. It probably depends on the size of the image that I gave it, right? No, yeah, no 2D is just... How do I know if it's exactly right? I guess, can I just put... I'm gonna try this. The sprite, can I just put the sprite in the scene? Okay, yes, I can. So what if I try to... Not exactly precise, but here in the transform, this one has a transform of... Yeah, position 0, let's say. Boom. And this one, if I try the position 100, yeah, by 100. Okay, it does seem to be exactly 100 pretty much. Yeah, it does seem like it is. Okay. I guess 100 is the right amount. Now, what happens if I scale? Well, I guess it's just 100 times the scale, right? Because the scale is 1 to 1. Okay. I could probably use that in the script. So here, oh, when it's ready, when you start, replace with function. Okay. So I can say, okay, I need a variable for that. Var, I guess block size or something. Yeah, block size. Let's say it's, no, I don't need this. Let's say this. And let's go block size is actually equal to transform. Oh yeah, transform.scale. No, that's scaled. The get scale. Okay, but this is going to return a vector 2D. So dot x, for example. Yeah. Why is it red? Is it not a thing? Whoops. Yeah, no, it is. Okay, it's just okay. It's just color coded. My bad. This times 100. And, you know, they're square, so I'm just going to assume that the x scale is the same as the y scale. And if it's not, well, too bad, so sad. Good. And now when I displace this, it could be by block size. Okay. Now it's every second. I could also just put that in a variable, just making sure. So, and also just like in Tetris, I could make it vary in amount depending on the level or something like that. So delta movement or something. Delta fall? I don't know, something like that. And just time since last fall. Okay, and this could be equal to, for now, let's say 1.0. And here, delta fall. And yeah, I'm gonna have to just take the new name for the variable here. Tick, right here. Okay. So now it should still work as it did previously. That's good. All right. Okay. So that's the start. Now let's go back here. Okay, this one I don't need. It was just for reference. Okay. Now, next thing that I need actually is to be able to spawn stuff. Oh, also my view is kind of whack. Well, already if I put it like here and I position about 50, 450 or something. So that's, yeah, that was the camera. Okay. I do think that these are pretty big compared to the area that I have available. Maybe a little too big. So I could make it smaller. And yeah, it's gonna test the scale at the same time, the scaling factor with the fall. Oh, doesn't seem like it's working. Oh, is it? Is it because... Yeah, I don't know. It should be dynamic. Yeah. Transform. Maybe that's not how I get it. Maybe there's just a scale, just like a... Is there like some kind of scale? Yeah, just just scale. Scale.x. Maybe that works better than the function, which I'm not sure why. It certainly does seem like it falls a full unit still. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. I see. That's the scale I need to change. My bad. Now it's gonna work. Wait, does it? No, it doesn't work at all. Which one has the script? Oh no, that's the main scene. Okay, no. Yeah, I'm not even in the right scene. Of course it's not gonna work. Okay. Here it's gonna work. I don't think it works. Why? Oh, the script is on the wrong element. Okay, so clear. And you're gonna have the script. Yeah, okay. Now it works. Finally. Okay. I knew it was gonna work. Okay. So that's good. It's falling. That's the start. Now. Now the question is how... Okay, no. First things first, I'm gonna make blocks go up to a certain position and then stop. So in... What's the best way to do this? Yeah, no, let's go. Let's just go classic variable, you know. Lowest position or something. Let's just see how... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, let's say 11 is good enough. And where did it start when it was spawned? In the main scene here. Fell 11 time and it spawned towards the top. But not quite at the top. Top would be 75? Oh no. 25. Yeah. And you fall 11 times 50. 550, 575 or something. Okay, let's say 575. We'll see anyways. 5.0. And you can say when it's, well, let's say just for fun, 570 or 550. Let's say when it's lower than 550. And when it's higher, actually. To do fall, okay, that's fine. But then again, all of that is only times, and. Do I write and like this, or is it the symbol? It might be the symbol. So let's say this n global position dot y is smaller or equal to lowest position. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna add the condition here. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's kind of annoying. Okay. That's fine. So now if I start this, you do fall. And it should stop eventually. I could accelerate the fall just to just to test these. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Now I could also add a boolean, which is falling, which will be equal to true. And yeah, you only do these things. You know what? I'm going to change this condition just a little bit. And I'm going to say that entire thing is inside of if is falling. So that whole thing is inside of that. Boom. And I'm going to check the if this is greater, strictly greater than that one, then is falling will be equal to false. And there's going to be, of course, other conditions that are going to make it. Yeah, good. Also, I'm just going to accelerate it quite a bit, just for the test. Something like that. If I test, it's falling really fast, and then it stops. So that's good, because it is not falling. Okay. Okay. The music has stopped. I'm noticing. It has indeed stopped. Okay. Now, what's the next feature? I guess moving the piece would be good. So now, when I press a certain key. Oh yeah, I don't think that I did any. It was all click, click, click. And it was the main scene manager that controlled that. But where's the click? Aha. Event is action pressed. Okay. So I can probably just go and check the event action pressed. So let's just unzoom a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So it's also going to be here in the delta thing. pressed. It's not declared. Okay, so event was something. It was like a thing. And what was it? Local variable. Oh, it's because it input. Aha. Func input. Boom. Crazy stuff. Okay, so it's not going to be in the process function. Okay. So here, in the event that action is pressed, and I don't know string name, yeah. What kind of name? Like, yeah, click, fine, but here I'm not gonna click. I'm gonna, what button, left mouse or something? Like, I really need to find some documentation here. I cannot guess. Input event? Yeah. Yeah, is action pressed? And string name, yeah, okay. True if the given action matches. Yeah, but I understand. But what's the what are the possible names? What's the key? Okay, let's try this. So event dot button. No, what was it? Dot key. Wait. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I defined it, right? Wait, so return true if the given action, yeah, matches this event and is being pressed and it's not an echo, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, let's see input examples. Oh, wait. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted. Okay, if event is input key, input event key and event.press. Okay. Well, Let's take that code and use it. Okay. I don't want T though, I want let. So that's good. And what do I do if I do that? I'm actually going to move the thing as well. So I'm kind of going to do this. Yeah, also if even also if is falling. Oh, you can write and. Oh, sorry, it is falling. Okay. You can write your and like this. That's cool. So dot x is gonna be a minus, I think, in this case. And instead, I'm gonna do if key right global position plus equal. That's good. Okay. So if I start here, woohoo! It works, and now it stops because it is done. It is done falling, and I can see. Okay, it's gonna be clear when when it takes a full second. It's gonna be super clear. I think now because it's not tied, yeah, I can move a lot before it falls. I think it's just like that in real Tetris. So now I need to add bounds as well for the plus and minus x. So, okay, and here I need to add the condition, basically the boundaries here. Yeah. So, lowest position. Okay, let's say, well, min. Technically it's max, but yeah. Max Y. Okay, and here I'm gonna do, yeah. And here, similarly, I'm gonna do max X, which is gonna be equal to, I don't even know at this point. Let's say, oh yeah, no, I do know. The Tetris board has a certain size, so I can just check that. Okay. It's 18 by, oh well, 19 by 10. 19? That's very high. Way higher than mine right now. Okay, by 10. Sure. Let's do that. Let's say it's 10 large. So, oh yeah. How do I know? How do I know the size of this? How do I know what the middle is? That's a good question. If I start, it says, oh yeah, okay, that's, yeah. It says that the size is 1152 by 648. Okay. 1152 by 648. Oh, and my thing is like 50 large. 1152. It's about like 555 or something, right? Well, no, it's 575 or something. Yeah, 575. Yeah, I think so. So let's say 570. Well, let's just try it. That's actually quite simple. So main scene 2D right here. That one, let's just say that it starts at 575. Is this the middle or pretty much? Yup, pretty darn close. Oh, but it need minus 25 because of this. Yeah, so 550 in this case. Might be better. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. Yeah, let's say 560 is pretty much the middle. So if I want to be able to... Oh, but there's no actual exact middle ground in Tetris. Let's say it's 11 large. Let's say it's 11 large. Let's say that. Or 9 large? I'm not sure. Is it really 10 large in Tetris? Oh yeah, it is. It is 10 large in Tetris. 9 would be a little weird, but there would be a center. Yeah, I could do that. So it's +4 on each side. So if I'm at 560 and I move by 50, and I can move 4 times in one direction. 4 times 50 is 200. So 760 and 360. So the max would be 760. Something like that. Oh, 0.0 because they're floats. Making sure. And this one being 550, I'm like, I mean, where do I start? Where do I actually start? 25? Come on. That's 575. If it's greater or equal in this case. Okay. And I'm gonna do, okay, here, this. And global position dot x is low. Wait, so I'm trying to lower. So if it's higher than min x, right? It's gonna allow it. No? What's the? Oh, did I put? Yeah. Okay. Capitalization. Here and global position. My dog wants to be pet. Boom. And here it's gonna be max. I'm trying to move the other way around, and if it's smaller, it's gonna allow it. Okay, so that's good. Now if I start, I can see there's a maximum on each side. That's great. Oh, you know what my problem is though? Is that I calculated everything manually. Like a dum-dum. While I should have calculated this. Boom. Everything should be dynamic. Okay. Oh, it should be times equal. Scale.x. So everything should be equal to that, right? Time the scale. So here, when I say max y is this. So what are the formulas for everything? Well, can I just change? Oh, I can't. Yo, that's so cool. Okay, so time since last fall, I think it's kind of like... No, that's fine. That's actually fine. Block size. Yeah. Cool. Block size is going to be affected by that. This here, turns out it would be bigger. Well, in this case, actually, max y is it depends mostly on how big the screen is. So yeah, we'll see about that one. These ones, they're a lot more simple though. I want to be able to move 4 times in each direction. So it's actually, let's say min x will be equal to the middle of the screen. So can I get the middle of the screen? Is that actually something I can get? So if I say Godot, get screen dimensions or something. Yeah, I think that's fine. Var I don't need that actually. Green, I want top Y. But top Y actually is not going to be equal to this. Let's say it's 0. Yeah, and this one, the minimum is going to be, so the mid minus 4 times block size, I guess. Right? Yeah, that should be the case. And yeah, that should be the case. Oh, actually the mid. Yeah. Oh, this. Okay. Will be minus equal block size divided by 2. Yeah. Okay. And this one is going to be, so that's min, that's max. Then the max is this plus this. Could be the case. Can I just declare that they exist? Oh yeah, I can. Oh, that's good. Oops. Well, it's fine. Okay. So already, does it work? It works, but it feels like it's not super balanced. Like it genuinely feels like on this side, I don't have much. And on this side, I have like way more. Yeah. Probably my calculation is incorrect. So here, size divided by 2 minus the block size divided by 2. Maybe I don't need that. I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to calculate the size. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. One, two, three, 4, 5. I can move 5 times on that size. Hmm. Oh, it's plus that, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. Okay, so it's actually bigger than I thought. It's kind of weird. Am I not checking my bounds correctly? Probably my calculation is off by just a little bit, and probably I didn't get to the maximum, you know, or something. Well, that's actually not a very good way to do things anyways. I probably should modelize things as kind of a grid, right? And not just like, ooh, you got to that point, you can't move anymore. I should probably just like be, hey, this is your position on the grid, and the grid will know where to put you. Probably. That might be a better move. And when I get to a certain point, I tell, like, if the grid is a different script, I just say like, oh, change your position on the grid because delta time has happened. That's probably a way better way to do things. And also the grid can check if there's already stuff happening and stuff. So I think it's time to introduce like the actual script that handles the grid, which is probably just going to be the main game controller, right? So the script that I put on the main scene. That being said, it's already pretty much dinner time for me. And I know I'm going to have to walk my dog after eating. So I think I'm just going to take a little break. And when I come back, I'm probably going to stream a little bit more later tonight. So when I come back, and let's say I don't, okay? Let's say I'm just chilling. I want to take my night. It's fine. We're going to be picking up there for the next stream. So probably like tomorrow, pretty early in the afternoon at most. So in any case, next stream, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to start by creating something, some script that knows about the grid, and it can receive information about where a tile wants to move, right? Or where a piece wants to move. And it's going to say like, yes, you can, no, you can't. So again, for now, I'm only going to play with just one single block. I'm not going to go with like multi-block structure that move and turn and stuff. It's going to be a lot more complicated to do like collision testing and stuff with that. But I'm just going to start having a playable Tetris with single blocks. That's what I'm going to start with. And then I'm going to introduce the pieces. And once that's done, I mean, I guess scoring, like this, destroying squares and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, maybe see you later tonight.